Hello everyone. In this video, we'll analyze the temperature data from a weather station for 7 days. Now, since we don't have an actual weather data, what we'll do is we'll generate random data, and here this time we'll use uniform distribution. Now, what we are assuming here is every day we have 24 reading means that we have 24 hours every day, and even though the readings are taken every minute, 60 readings are averaged every hour and we get one reading per hour. Okay, so we'll randomly generate the data because we don't have an actual data set. So we'll create a 2D array called temperatures equal to np dot random dot uniform, and because the temperature values most likely in the real world form or follow a uniform probability distribution. A and B are the minimum and maximum values of the distribution as it is given in the data that the lowest temperature is 15, highest goes up to 35. Okay, and we want it as a 2D array with 7 rows indicating 7 days and 24 columns. Okay, then the next thing that we want is we want to take the average. So for the um, average temperature, average temperature will be a 1D array. It will be temperatures dot mean and axis equal to 1. Axis equal to 1 means we'll take the average over the rows. Then we'll calculate max temp equal to temperatures dot max, and similarly min temp will be equal to temperatures dot min. Okay, now the NumPy part is over. Now we have to create a line chart. So import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Okay, so now we want to create a line chart. For that, we'll use the plot function. So plt dot plot, on the x-axis you have the 7 days. So we'll create values from 1 to 7 using the range function. On x-axis you have the average temperature, avg underscore temp, average temperature, and then we'll say marker equal to O. Marker equal to O will show all the points as O's or circles, basically solid circles. Okay. What else is asked in the question? Markers and grids. Okay. So we'll also show plt dot grid. Okay. And plt dot show to show all these things. Okay. So we have our line chart with the grid in the background. Okay. Now I'm doing what is exactly or strictly asked in the problem, but we can also add plt.x label, plt.y label, plt.title, and we can also have a legend. Okay, so plt.legend. If you have worked with maps before, you know what is a legend, right? A separate box. And even in the previous problem, in the previous video, we have seen what is a legend. How does a legend look like? Okay, so that was about the line chart. Now next we want a histogram. Now for histogram, the function is plt.hist, and the first argument requires the 1D array. It requires a 1D array, and our temperatures array is 2D. So we'll have to flatten it, and we'll also have to mention the bins. Bins is basically when our range is from 15 to 35, and we have to divide it into how many parts. So we are saying we want to divide into 10 bins or 10 parts basically. So like for example, if so each bin will be of 2.5, uh, 15 15 to 35 is 20. So each bin will be of size 2, right? And okay, because difference is 20 and each bin will be of size 2 because there are 10 bins. So whichever values fall between 15 and 17 will be in the first bin. Whichever values fall between like more than 17 to 19 will be in the second bin, 19 to 21 third bin, and so on up to 35. That is the logic of bins. Then you can assign some color. Let's say color equal to red. You can assign any color, and again we can assign some title, X label, Y label. But right now, whatever is required, bare minimum in the problem is histogram will be created in this. So let's go ahead with this. So first line chart, first part of the code will be executed. We'll get a line chart, which I will close, and then I'll get a histogram. Now there are 10 bins. So this is the first bin. Second and third bin are roughly merged together. They are the same, like they have the same number of temperature values. Then 22.5. This is the fourth bin, fifth bin, sixth bin, seventh bin, eighth bin, ninth bin, and 10th bin. So we have 10 bins. So we are done with the histogram. Let's move on to the third part, that is the pie chart. Now for pie chart, we need to create categories. Okay. So we have to categorize the temperature into ranges, which is let's say low. So what we'll do is, so okay, what is this? Temperature less than 20. So now what will happen over here? So it is temperatures. Okay, so temperatures is an array. So every value in the temperatures array, of course, in the flattened way, okay, it will automatically be flattened and internally. So each value in the temperatures array will be compared with 20. If it is less than 20, you will have true here. And if it is not, you will have a false here. And when you take the sum of that, sum, you will get the sum of all the true values, like how many values fall in the low region. Okay, so how many values are true? Similarly, for let's say the moderate category, moderate temperature, uh, you have temperature should be greater than 22 and should be less than 28, and we'll take the sum. And finally, for the high, we'll say temperatures greater than equal to 28 dot sum. Okay, so now low, moderate, and high have the count of how many values are there in which category. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll combine all these in one list called as sizes. So sizes equal to, basically in pie chart you have different sections or segments, right? So what will be the size of each segment? That will be given by this array. So low, comma, moderate, comma, high. Okay. And now for the pie chart, we'll say plt dot pie. Okay. And in this first argument will be the sizes. Second argument will be the labels. Okay. So what will be the labels respectively? So labels will be, okay. Simply we can say low, low, moderate, and high. Okay. Low, moderate, and high. Okay. So these are the labels that we have. What is next? What is next? What is next? Um, we can have colors and all, but okay, as nothing of that is given in the question. Okay, so our categories will be formed just with this much. Okay, we can also add a title and all, but right now, let me just display the pie chart. This is the bare minimum needed for a pie chart. Okay, it's a line chart. This is a histogram. Okay, so I'll just break this into two parts. Okay, okay, so here we get the pie chart. Low, moderate, and high. Okay, okay, we'll try one more attribute. Basically, what if we want the percentages inside it? Okay, so auto percentage, and we'll specify a format string for this. Okay, so let's say, um, okay, so one place before the decimal digit, one place after the decimal digit, a floating point number. This is how your percentage will be displayed. Okay, so you'll get percentage of values also. How many, like what is the percentage? How many low values, how many moderate, and how many high values you have. Okay, so that's it for this question. If you have any questions, any doubts, do post them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.